Hello, my name is Tiffany Love-Hutchins, and I'm here to discuss Glacier Bay National Park and Wrangell-St. Ellis National Park. Glacier Bay and Wrangell-St. Ellis National Parks are two of the most remote parks in the National Parks Network. Glacier Bay is located in southeastern Alaska in the upper end of the Alaskan Panhandle. Glacier Bay is home to several fjords, glaciers, and forests. Wrangell-St. Ellis is located in south central, interior, and southeastern Alaska. Wrangell-St. Elias is made up of many different climatic terrains consisting of high mountain ranges, deep canyons, large glaciers, river networks, and tundra landscapes. Glacier Bay was proclaimed a national monument on February 26, 1925, and was later redesignated as a national park on December 2nd, 1980, under President Carter's administration through the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act. Glacier Bay spans 3,283,168 acres, totaling 5,130 square miles. Glacier Bay is a protected habitat for several endangered species, including humpback whales, stellar sea lions, speckled eiders, and marbled murrelets. Glacier Bay is famous for the Latua Bay tsunami of 1958. The Latua Bay tsunami was the largest in recorded history. A landslide triggered an earthquake that measured a magnitude of 8 on the Richter scale, fell into Glacier Bay, causing a massive wave that reached a recorded height of 1,740 feet. The image is of Marjorie Glacier, a popular glacier within Glacier Bay. Glacier Bay's rugged terrain is remote, difficult to traverse, and is only accessible by boat or plane. To the west lies the Gulf of Alaska coastline, which spans from Glacier Bay National Reserve in the northwest down to Dundas Bay in the southwest. 12 miles inland lies Mount Fairweather, which is the largest peak within the park at 15,320 feet, and Latua Bay lies to the south. The park also hosts 1,045 glaciers, with some noteworthy glaciers within the park, including Marjorie Glacier, a tidal water glacier which extends 21 miles and is known for claving. Tidal water glaciers extend out into salt water. The Grand Pacific Glacier is the longest glacier in the park, spanning 40 miles in length. Lastly, the Johns Hopkins Glacier is the fastest glacier in the park and can advance or retreat up to 15 feet per day. The Fairweather Queen Charlotte Fault is a strike-slip fault caused by the horizontal movement of the North American Plate and the Pacific Plate that features a half-mile trench. The Fairweather Fault is a network of faults which move very similar to the San Andreas Fault in California. Glacier Bay Park is made up of four terrains formed from varying tectonic activity caused by the Juan de Fuca Pacific and North American plates all interacting with one another. The interactions have resulted in converging, upthrusting, and subducting of plate boundaries and terrains. Glacier Bay is still a very active subduction zone and has experienced earthquakes regularly. The terrain of the park began accreting in the late Paleozoic up to the Tertiary around 250 million years ago, creating the bedrock of the park's terrains. The terrains include the Chachugeta, the Tar Inlet, Suture, Ridgedelia, Alexander, and Yucatan terrain. The figure above shows both the terrains and the fault systems of the park. Sedimentary rock from the Silurian to the Cretaceous period, which is Paleozoic to the late Cenozoic, consisting of 6 different limestone layers, make up most of the landscape. Batholith from the Mesozoic to the Cenozoic intruded to form an igneous plutonic complex. Plutons consisting of granite, dioritic, and gabbroic material form the complex, particularly around the coast ranges. The image above shows the different rock layers within the park's boundaries. Wrangell-St. Ellis was first declared a national monument on December 1st, 1978, and was later renamed a national park in 1980 through the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act. The park spans 13,188,325 acres, totaling 20,707 square miles. Wrangell-St. Ellis is a protected habitat for several endangered species, including blue whales, fin whales, beluga whales, stellar sea lions, cutslets, murrelets, Wood bison are also a threatened species within the park. The park was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979, which protects it under international treaty. Wrangell-St. Elias is the largest park in the national park system and is 5 times larger than all the national parks combined. The terrain of Wrangell-St. Elias formed from the Pacific Plate subducting beneath the North American Plate, which consequently accreted material onto the North American continental plate. Fossil evidence suggests that many of the park's terrains originated in equatorial regions, all of which occurred during the Phanerozoic age, roughly 225 million years ago. The park is dissected by 4 faults: the Naali, the Tachchunda border ranges, and the St. Alice faults. The map above shows the fault system running through the various terrains of the park. Wrangell-St. Alice contains an array of rock types. They include sedimentary rocks such as limestone, shale, chert. Metamorphic rocks such as greenstone and marble are present as well. Lastly, the park contains igneous rocks such as gabbro, andesite, and pillow basalt, all of which have formed during the Paleozoic to the Cenozoic era, beginning around 225 million years ago. The image above shows the formation and age of each terrain within the park, beginning 225 million years to the present. Wrangell-St. Ellis is still a very active subduction zone.